Hiya folks, we've got this British Leyland MG Maestro 1600 here, made by Corgi. We've got to change the colour of it because this is one of our viewers' car and he had one when he was younger, but it was red. This is the only colour he found, so let's strip it down and let's repaint it for him. Right, well I don't normally take on jobs like this, but this chap sent me an email and he's disabled. He did have one when he was younger and he can't find the red one, so I said that I would do it for him. He did ask me and he sent it to me, and as you see it's the Maestro 1600 MG Maestro Corgi there, made in Great Britain. It's in pretty good condition anyway, as I say, but as I say, it's just the wrong colour for him. And it's also got these, when you press the wheels down and push down on it, I don't know whether you can see or not, but the lights do actually come on. Back and press the front wheels down and the front wheel lights come on as well. So that's a little bonus which we've got in there. I did actually put the batteries in myself, but we're going to need to take them out obviously. And as you can see inside there, you've got two small Edison screwed bulbs in there, and that provides the lighting out of the lamps. Okay, so we've got 4 rivets that hold this base on this car. So one of them's actually got a little dimple in it, as you can probably see, but the other ones are just round-headed rivets. So I've got this puncher here, which doesn't always work for some reason. I don't know why. Give it a twist. There we go. Just centre punch, and hopefully get the middle of the rivets. Right. Okay. So let's try and just drill these heads of these rivets off. Right, okay, so let's just leave her. There we go, perfect, look at that, just enough. So let's just try and be a bit careful here when we lift the top off the car, because we've got some electrical connections in there. There's the lighting set up there, as you can probably see, with these reflectors, so they can just be hopefully lifted off and put out the way. Front and rear lights. The inside, lucky enough, the windshield just lays in there. A lot of these are riveted in as well, so that's perfect, that is, so no problems there. And that literally just leaves us these posts here, which we're going to have to just flatten off a bit, and then we'll re-drill them and put our mock rivets in at the end. But that's the bodywork there now, as you can see. Right, okay, so here we go now with the undercarriage. Now the undercarriage needs to come apart. That looks like it's riveted to the bodywork by these 2 rivets there. Maybe one there, maybe one there. I don't know whether or not they'll lift off. Let's have a look. Ah, there we go. You can just ping them off if you're careful. Get in there just by that rivet and literally just ping it. There we go. There we go. So that whole lot comes off in one go. So that's good. That all comes off in one unit. That means that the rear and front wheels can just literally lift out. No work to do there. And this trap door literally lifts off from the inside. So there we have it. That's our Maestro stripped down now, and it is now ready for me to repaint. Now what I'm going to try and do with this is something very, very different. Normally what I do with these is to put paint stripper on them, take them down that way, and then I paint them with me normal paints. But I'm going to try something different here, and what I've done with this little model, as you can probably see there, I've actually sandblasted this, and it's come out very nice and clear, but I don't know whether or not this metal will melt in the oven. So what I'm going to do is to actually powder coat this quickly, put it in the oven and see if the metal doesn't melt, because I've heard stories of people trying to solder these before, and this metal is not very good metal. It's pot metal and it's melted. So I'm just going to try and powder coat this, and I'll be back in a second to see if it can take the heat, and if it does, then we'll powder coat this one. Right, okay, here we go. Never done this before. See how easy it is to powder coat one of these. Don't take long at all, literally, look at that. Just make sure you've got everything. Right, that looks like it's totally covered to me. Yep. So I'm going to put that in the oven. Right, okay. So this has just come out of the oven. I had this on for 180 degrees centigrade for 10 minutes. And although it didn't melt, you do lose a bit of detail, for example, around the back of the vehicle. Although you can still see the rear lights and the rear grille, it's sort of been hidden a little bit under the powder coat. It's okay. I've had a lot better results in painting. As you can see, you've got little sort of bubbles that have appeared here. Now this may be because when you're dealing with aluminium or anything porous like that, you should really give it a preheat and then a wipe down to get rid of all the impurities. I never did that there, so that could be impurities in the metal coming out, because as I say, this was totally smooth when I actually painted it. But all in all, the result is okay. It will do the job. Let's get that off of there, hold on. As you see, the great thing about powder coating is that once you've done it, it's rock hard in minutes. I mean, you're not going to peel that off like that. So it would be probably ideal for bigger vehicles, but for the small detailed vehicles like diecast cars, it's probably not really suitable because of the fine details that you could possibly lose as well. So this is obviously a lot bigger, this Maestro, and there's not really a lot of details on it, so I'm probably going to give this a go anyway in the same red, as I say, because it's so much more durable. As you can see, like, I can scratch this. Look, it's literally just come out of the oven within the last 10 minutes, and there's no way you're going to pull that off, and that's on there for good. So there you go. That's it on smaller vehicles. I should have actually, as I say, give this a wipe down afterwards and then give it its coat of paint, and I may have got rid of them little lumps there, as you can see there. But all in all, the actual surface there, as you can probably see, look, the surface finish is fine, to be honest with you, and they don't melt. That was the main thing I was really worried about. So I'm going to give this a sandblast now, get all the paint off of this, and then we'll give it the powder coat treatment exactly the same. And these bits here, for example, I'll repaint in black anyway, so let's go and do that. Right, okay, so here we go. Here's the sandblasted car. Everything's been done inside and out, as you can probably see there. So what I'm going to probably do now is to get this acetone and just give it a pre-clean, so to speak. Just going to, again, just get any surface debris off of there. There will be some, obviously, so I'll give it a good wipe down. Because what I'm going to do is to pre-cook this first in the oven, just to pull out any other impurities that could be in the metal, bearing in mind it's only a cheap alley. So I just want to get the surface stuff off from the sandblasting as well. You could go to the trouble of wire wheeling this as well, maybe. Again, this is just a preliminary first time experiment, so to speak, just to see how it comes out, bearing in mind we've already done the first test piece and we did notice that there was some possible impurities coming out of the little car, as you know there. So we're going to try and eliminate that now in the main one. So I'm going to put these in the oven now for 180 degrees C for just about 10 minutes, and then we'll pull them out and then we'll powder coat them. Right, okay, they've been in the oven for 10 minutes at 180 degrees centigrade. I'm just going to give them a quick wipe over again with some acetone. Again, this is just to take off any surface impurities that may have come out. We didn't do this step before on the little red one, but we're just going one step further obviously now with this. Trying to eliminate any impurities just leaving the surface. Okay, that'll do. Right, these are how I'm hanging them up. I've got these like forceps or surgical snips there, whatever you call them. Surgical pinchers, and they hold the item very well. I normally used to use these for painting. Well, I paint them with acrylic paint. So let's get these over to the powder coating area now and give them a powder coat. There you go, that's the powder coating system I use. It's called the Easy Coat system by Electrostatic Magic. There's no high voltage or nothing until nothing you've got to plug into the mains with this. It's literally the gun. All you need is a compressor, and you earth the part via this little clip here, which is clipped to a wrist strap on you, and your natural ground puts a negative charge into the actual piece you're spraying. And anything that comes out of this white nozzle here is positively charged, as I've mentioned in other videos as well. Do check out my other videos where I've done a little review on this, and it's a great system. As I say, all you need is a little compressor. You don't even need a big compressor. A little small 25 litre compressor will do the job just to power this, because it operates at a very low pressure between sort of 5 and 8 psi. So no pressure needed at all. And this is how you buy your powders. You buy them in packets, but you can put them in these little bottles which they supply as well, Electrostatic Magic. And they cook for 180 degrees centigrade for 10 minutes, and that's it. So all you need is some sort of oven, and then you're away powder coating. So while we was waiting, I've actually gone and put the wheels back on this. This was literally an old rubbishy truck. I wasn't going to restore. There's bits missing off of it, probably along there somewhere for some sort of crane or whatever. But as you can see, again, very, very usable in a short matter of time. I haven't got to wait days for this to go hard. This is really solid now. And to be honest with you, that's a nice little finish on there, to be honest with you. I've not done any work apart from sandblast the top. And as you can see, I've not even done the rivets at the bottom. I've just popped them back into place. So everything's there as it should be. There you go. Nice little project. That was just our little tester, and it didn't melt. And the powder coating's taken to it fine. And the sandblasting was good. I was well impressed with the sandblasting as well. A lot less messy than the chemical peel which I was using. Right, okay, let's take a look at these. I've actually overcooked these a little bit because I put them in for the same time, 10 minutes, but 200 degrees. Let's show you. You can see up there, look, it's just under 200 degrees. So there you go. And here they are. First impressions. Yeah, looking good. So let's get these out now and see them cooling. Right, here we go. Here's the finished article, and I think you'll agree they come out pretty good. And it's actually retained the detail there, as you can probably see, which is I was a little bit worried about, but no, it's come out really, really nice. And this is also going to be very, very hard wearing as well. I'm well pleased with that. Also, the inside's coated as well, as you can see. And also the undercarriage, again, all looks really factory made, to be honest with you. So I'm well pleased with that. So all I've got to do now is to drill these posts out here, these 4 original posts, so that I can fit the new rivets in, then I can reassemble it. So I'm going to do that now. Right, let's put this insert back into there. That gives us our windows back. Possibly that way around, I think. There we go. I'm hoping just to be able to push them posts back onto their pillars. I might have to press them in actually. Give me a second, let me just do them. Right, okay, so how I done that was I got a pair of grips and just basically clenched that together, but I put a bit of cloth underneath there. It was awkward for me to show you with the camera right in front of me like this, so that's on there now, as you can see, fitted. Looking very nice actually in red. And all I've got to carefully do now is just to lay this back on top of the car without trying to disturb them lights. Well, I don't like to show you how I've done it because it just went back together. So that should just clip in now, like that. So all we do is we drop our little drop of glue in our hole. Like that. We get our rivet and we just pop that in. It should push straight in. There we go. Drop that in there. Pop it in there and just push it home. There we go. Just hold it for a second. And there we go. Let's pull that little bit of glue off there. And that's the front of it. Back together. There we go. Lovely job. Happy days. Right, there we go. That's the job done. I think I've done a really good job of that actually. And when you push it down, there you go. The old headlights still come on. So do the lights at the back there. Everything works as it should do. And I must say, I did think about repainting that in black, but I think it looks perfect in red. So I'm going to leave it like that. So I hope my subscribers are very happy with that. And I'm very pleased with it. Oh, lift the trap door open at the bottom there for the batteries. And as you can see, I think it looks absolutely charming like that. And it just goes to show that you can actually powder coat die-cast cars. Question that's been asked a lot, and hopefully I've answered it. It really hasn't lost any detail along there, as you can probably see, which was my big concern. Everything's still visible there, and exactly the same around the back as well. And as you know, we did die cast this little test one first of all, and even that one has turned out okay. Although, as I say, on the initial paint with this one, it did get a couple of little marks come up, but that was probably because I didn't prove it like I did with the other one. So there you go. I'm really happy with them, and I hope this video was helpful to some of you who were interested in painting die-cast cars with powder coat. Anyway, thanks very much. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and don't forget to check out our other videos, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks very much, and bye for now.